Greg, we have some interesting news coming out of your neck of the woods, your office specifically, your desk, in that OwnAmerica and Renters Warehouse has merged. So are you calling it Own Renters Warehouse at this point? Like, have you guys decided to also merge the name? Or
No, we're merging the name. We're calling it, they technically acquired us, and okay. Renters Warehouse, your listeners might know, because Kevin, who's the CEO, and Noel, who's the senior VP, are on the show quite a bit. And I believe they're the leading property management company in single-family investing in the country. And we were the second from the leading online marketplace for single-family rentals. So they do the management, the tenants, the toilets, the hard part, right? The part that people are mostly scared of. We do the fun, sexy part, which is the analytics and the marketplace and all the things online. But they've acquired us now, and so all of our technology becomes renterswarehouse.com. We decided to join and make it one name. They actually made that my option, and I chose to make it one name because it's one thing. It's one experience. It shouldn't be separated. Never should have been separated. If you're going to own investment property, there's a financial instrument that you're acquiring, but it's also a physical thing that has to be managed. And so those guys are the best in the business at that, and we couldn't be more excited because we're now taking all the technology and all the capabilities that we developed on the large institutional scale, and we're facing it out to everybody else now. And so everyday investors, your listeners, first-time aspirational investors, smaller entrepreneurial ones, everybody now has access to the top quality data and analytics and techniques that the large Wall Street funds have. Kind of levels the playing fields between the large and the small. And I love the big guys. They've been clients of ours for years. They helped us build this business, but I've got a lot of passion and enthusiasm for people that might be listening right now who really want to take the next 25 years and build a real estate portfolio. That's where my heart is, and so I'm super excited about being able to combine these two things.
I really think that the balance between management and then, of course, on your platform you have millions, hundreds of millions of assets for sale. It just makes sense, right? You're able to go out, you can find the sellers, you can find the folks that have larger portfolios, whether it's 5 or 10 or 15 or 100 that they want to sell. And let's say somebody like me comes along, I'll go to OwnAmerica.com. And initially it was, I'll go to OwnAmerica.com, I'll buy the portfolio, and then I have to find somebody to manage it, or I'm going to self-manage. Well, now this is actually really cool because Renters Warehouse, like you said, they have 23,000 doors nationwide that they manage on a daily basis, monthly basis, and it becomes easy for that transition to occur from ownership and then to managing the actual asset, which is, quite frankly, some of the hardest things to do sometimes if you have naughty tenants or if you just have a property that needs more maintenance and things like this. And quite frankly, if I'm the owner of such an asset, or assets in this case, I want to be able to go and stockpile more cash to go buy more of this stuff and not have to worry about the day-to-day. So congratulations on the merger. That's an exciting development and a very exciting opportunity. And I know we kind of jumped right into that, and I didn't even have an opportunity to really kind of have you talk a little bit about who you are and what you do. So do that now, and then we'll jump into some of the listener questions and some trends that we're seeing in the marketplace.
Sure. Yeah. So I was the CEO and co-founder of OwnAmerica, which is an online marketplace for rental homes, meaning not distressed properties, not foreclosures, not vacant houses, but every property for sale on OwnAmerica.com has always been a performing rental property. So there's already a tenant living there. It's already generating a cash flow, and there's never really been, until us and a couple of competitors did this in the last few years, there's never been a place to go to get a product like that, and it's awesome to do it that way. Like, you go ask a commercial investor who buys office buildings if they prefer to buy one that's fully occupied. They say usually, yes, it's better to buy one that has all the tenants in place, but yet people were buying millions and millions of vacant homes and then turning them into rentals, which is a riskier way to do it. So now I'm the chief strategy officer of Renters Warehouse, which is the leading property management company, as we've said. And so our goal, or not our goal, what we've become upon this announcement is the leading real estate investment services company in America. So we can help you plan, analyze, visualize, execute, acquire, manage, and then eventually sell your real estate portfolio. So it's a full end-to-end solution. And what's so cool about it is they've got 42 branch offices, okay? And this came about, Avi, because we were realizing that we always wanted to be the national brand associated with investing in the housing market. Mm-hmm. That was the genesis of the OwnAmerica idea 10 years ago. Wanting to be national, there was no brand. There are 11 different real estate brands, but they all focus on home ownership. There are several commercial real estate brands. They don't do houses. They only do buildings. And there was no brand associated with investing in housing. So we wanted to be that. We wanted to be national. And so we did it all in the cloud. We did it all with technology. But we always knew that, it's just not quite good enough if you're not going to have people on the ground, if you're not going to have a physical presence in the market, if you're not going to have a person you can sit down with, especially small investors that are aspirational who haven't done it before. It's really gratifying. And here's the vision now coming to reality. We are now a full-service real estate investment company. Customers will be able to come into a branch, sit down in a conference room, or better yet, they hear this content. They say, hey, this sounds pretty good to me. I'm interested. They go to the website. They begin to plan. They begin to strategize. They begin to research. Now they're getting ready to actually take some action. Now they make a phone call or an inquiry. They're introduced to an investment broker on the ground in their market. They meet in the conference room. They sit down and they are able to judge a human being, meet somebody who's going to help them execute their plan. And the conversation is going to go something like this. Hey, Bob, Sally, how are you? Nice to meet you. How old are you guys again? You're 32? Great. When do you plan on retiring? 65? Awesome. We have lots of time to work with. Do you have any kids? Are you planning to have a family? How are you planning on securing their college funding? Why don't we buy a property for each of the kids as soon as they are born, as early as possible, even before they're born if you can. It's funny what happens when people have a kid. They have all their uncles and aunts are like, oh, we're so happy for you. And it's like, that's when you say, thanks, Uncle Fred. Why don't you lay down $5,000? How happy are you for me? Because if I can pull together a down payment right now, I can compile an acquisition for little Jennifer's college fund. Then you mature little Jennifer over 18 years. At the same time, you mature her investment fund in that piece of real estate. That experience of sitting down with somebody that you can build a relationship with, that you can learn to trust, where the things you learn about here and then go on the website and learn more about, then you actually get face-to-face with somebody in a physical location and you get to go put it into practice. I couldn't be more excited about that experience right there happening for millions of people across the country. And that's what I think it's a real, like the dream is actually real now, that we are legitimately a national real estate company dedicated to investing, and nobody's going to be able to touch the service delivery because we're best on the web and now we're best on the ground. It's just exciting as can be.
Well, I'm excited for you guys. I think the merger is great. I think the coupling of, I said it before, I'll say it again, the coupling of the assets on the platform plus the management of it all, it's really a one-stop shop for anybody that's interested, like Greg mentioned, in building wealth through real estate and not necessarily only doing it one house at a time, because you can buy multiple houses all at the same time. I mean, come on, folks, you know this. But you need the right type of management in place, and that's where Renter's Warehouse can really help. So we got to go to break.